This add-on makes Minecraft a whole lot tougher by adding a stamina bar, a thirst bar, and a temperature bar. This is all thanks to the Tough as Bedrock add-on. Of course, the download link will be in the description down below, and it comes with a resource pack and a behavior pack, so make sure both are active. In the game world settings, we need these experimental gameplay features, basically everything except beta APIs and next major update. With all those enabled, hop into your world. Once you load in the world, there are two things that can happen. Firstly, the add-on may already be active, but if it's not active, just run the function start like so, and it will start the add-on for you. Next up, we have a lot of new items on our interface here. First up, you know from the intro there that the top one is a stamina bar, and it will deplete if we're running around and punching and all that jazz. So just exerting ourselves on the environment, we'll run out of stamina slowly. And if you're wondering what happens when your stamina gets low, well, I'll show you as soon as my stamina does. Now, it's very generous with the stamina amount. Honestly, I think they could have made it much less to make it even more tough and infuriating, but yeah, it's pretty neat. Another quick fact, the stamina bar isn't on by default. You actually need to turn it on, which I will actually show you how to do as soon as I'm done showcasing the stamina bar. As you can see, once you hit about here, the stamina gets low enough and you have slowness, mining fatigue, and weakness. But if it gets all the way down to 0 bars, it'll actually start hurting you. So if we just wait a few more seconds, one little sliver left, as you can see, it's kind of like hunger. It starts hurting yourself. And to regain stamina, you just need to stand still and you'll slowly regain stamina. Now, for those who actually want to turn this on, it's simple. You just say /function settings, which allows you to do some settings, including drink. So it says right here, if you would like to drink water by punching, you can do that. I'll just say yes. And for the stamina, would you like to play with stamina? You can click yes if you want it on enabled to make it more tough. But if you don't want to, you can also turn it off there. Next up, you can also see that gray little ball in the middle of my screen turned a little orange. It means I'm slightly getting hot. Now, depending on what biome you're in and such, it will have different temperatures, just like in real life. So it kind of makes it more realistic. Right now, we're in a jungle, so it's a bit humid in that. So that's why we have an orange thing, but it's not enough to cause us too much trouble. Okay, and just one quick note. Yeah, the paper doll is a bit messed up. So hopefully they fix that in the future. So let's run over to a place that's a little more warm. Now we're currently in the desert. I didn't mean that warm. You can also see that my heat thing showing that I'm burning currently. Which is a nice detail. But to actually show you, okay, no, not you two. This is not going well. So anyway, you can see in the middle that it's already warm and it's starting to slowly rise. Now it's a bit darker orange there. So, or should I say brighter, whichever way you want to think about it. It's gonna continue to rise. Okay, I'm free until eventually I'll start burning. You can also notice now, since I'm in the nether, my water is also starting to go down much more rapidly. So we have already lost a bar of water and a bar of hunger. Well, that's normal, but the water, I think that's so cool. Unlike certain add-ons, you don't die instantly from being in the nether or being too hot. It takes a while, so it's a gradual build up just until it becomes too unbearable, and then you'll start the rest in peace guy that fell from the sky. The bar is even brighter now, so we're on the final steps. Our water is getting low, and in any second now it will switch over to burning, and it will actually start taking a lot of damage. While we start to burn, well, waiting to start to burn, I'll tell you another thing. When you first load a world, you'll actually have a little shield icon instead of the ball in the middle there. This is to allow you to, if you spawn, say, in the desert or in the frigid snow biomes, you don't die instantly. So you have 5 minutes at the beginning of whatever seed you spawn in to get to a nice safe area. And as you can see, we have leveled up to the next stage, showing a little fire symbol, meaning it's starting to get really hot. But this is not the final stage. This is more like a warning. And eventually it will stage up one more time to the actual burning stage like this. And now we'll actually get this nice diagram on our screen and we're officially burning. Now we're back in the jungle and you can see we're not burning right now, which is a nice thing. But we're a bit thirsty, so let's just run over here. These are all the items that are added into the game. Well, not all of them, most of them. But you can instantly see there's two sets of new armor, which is the winter helmet and the volcano helmet. And if you guessed, it depends on what biome you're in to provide different effects. So if we had the winter one on, we wouldn't get as cold in, say, a snowy biome. And if we had the volcano helmet, would not get as warm as in the nether or something like that. So there you go. But let's also just quickly take these glass bottles out, since you can see our thirst meter is quite low. If we run over here to the water, we can actually right click the water to get dirty water. Now all this does is to refill our water meter, but since it's dirty, we do get some nausea and a slight amount of, I would like to say poison, but I'm not too sure. So there you go. You can pull up your thing and just enjoy the nausea. But carrying on, we've got a lot of items, so let's quickly go through it. We have different types of potions that have varying effects. A lot of these are just to fill up your thirst meter, like a purified water bottle fills it up without giving you nausea, and all the same with these carrot juice, melon juice, and all that. But what's interesting, we do have a new actual potion called the Potion of Ice Resistance, and you bet this means if you're walking in a frozen wasteland, you won't actually freeze for the amount of time it says there, for 3 minutes. So this also works with fire resistance potions. They also work the same way. So if you're walking in the nether and you pop a fire res, you won't take burning damage. But if you're wondering what these up here, these are like bottles, but they're a bit more full. I would like to say that you can carry more water in these, so you can just walk around and use these canteens, and you have multiple uses on it. As you can see, we're back to full with just like 2 uses of this, and it has 3. You have different varying stages of it. So we've got the diamond, we've got the netherite, and we've got the normal one. Down here, we've just got some items used for crafting, and we've got an ice cube, which you actually can use to eat. That lowers your temperature, and as you can see, we're lowering our temperature down, which is a pretty neat. Over here, we've actually got a few items, or blocks rather, added into the game, including the water purifier, the heating coil, the rain collector. This is like the deactivated heating coil, and then we've got a cooling coil, and finally we've got burnt bronze ingots, which is used to craft some of these stuff. So there's one final place that I want to show you that I showed you in the intro, but if you want to know how it feels to be in the frozen wasteland with this add-on, firstly I'm going to spawn a full of ice. Here we are in the ice, so slowly we'll start to freeze and take a lot of damage. So let me get back to you once I start freezing. And here we go. We have made it to the freezing stage. So in one more stage, we'll actually start taking damage. So if we just wait for a few more seconds, we start taking damage. We get this effect on our screen, and we take damage until we actually die. So if we just wait a few more seconds, we'll actually die from freezing. So we've got the mad case of hypothermia. Okay, 1 heart left, and we're dead. And it says MKR Cinema Scooby has froze to death. So there you have it. That's how you can make Minecraft a bazillion times more tough. So if you did enjoy, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.